never get off the bus. Now, in doing this channel here on YouTube, right, I've probably read about 5 or 6 different books now, but I just got this in the mail from my new friend, Pyro John Watkins. This is the book, Don't You Know Who I Think I Am? This guy ran Pyro for Kiss, Van Halen, Rick James, Michael Jackson. This guy's had an incredible career in the music business. And you know what? He discovered this channel. And by watching my videos, he was able to discern, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy, me describing my time on the road and my time in the business, he realized, hey, this stuff rings true. And so, like what happens a lot on my channel, and this is a great book, I highly recommend it. There is already a 2-part interview with Pyro John. Rockstar members of the channel get early access to that interview. It eventually will go out to the masses. But like with Pyro John, a lot of times I do these interviews with these cool people, man, cool characters and people who have lived their experiences, and whether it's interviewing, guys from the Sunset Strip or authors or road guys who have been out on the road or people in the music business or any of that, I oftentimes feel like I just made a new friend, going through these conversations and shared experiences. And I think that's why a huge part of this channel is just that. A lot of the people that watch this channel have had the same kinds of experiences, albeit maybe on larger levels, maybe on smaller levels, but it's shared experiences all the same. Now, I started off this video with saying never get off the bus. And Pyro John was great to include a very elaborate signing of this book. I mean, this guy has so much personality. It's awesome. But he put 7 things to remember for a happy life. And number 1, never get off the bus. And so you might ask yourself, what does he mean by that? Okay. Well, a lot of times when I talk about being on the road, I talk about the film Apocalypse Now and how they're going on this boat. It's sort of this roving gang of, guys in the army, and they have a mission set out, but then there's these peripheral characters that are always getting into different things, and very few people except for the chief of the boat has a level head and is focused on what is ahead of them. And there's a line in the movie where he says, never get off the boat, never get off the boat. And this has been adapted by Pyro John, but we used to say the same thing. We used to say, never get off the bus when we were on the road. Never get off the bus. Here's the thing, man. You can go stir crazy being on a tour bus. You could go stir crazy being on a boat in Vietnam, traveling down the Da Nang River, looking for Kurtz. Right? And there will be situations and people and everything along the way that will distract you. And you have to understand this. And this could be a euphemism for life, right? Never step, never get out of the house, or never step away from your family. Never break from your pack. It's a similar, it's a similar thing, because here's the reality of it, right? You have responsibilities when you're on tour. You have an obligation. There are dates on the books, and whether you realize it or not, there's dates on the books, and then there's even potential dates that could pop up at a moment's notice. You could be on the road, and you could, be out for a week, and all of a sudden, say, some other act cancels at some big festival or something, and behind the scenes, without your knowledge, the booking agent is calling, your manager, and your manager is calling the tour manager, and they're saying, hey, we just had so-and-so big name act drop out of this festival. Would you guys go and fill in? And all of a sudden, that 2 or 3 day window where you might think that you're going to have a day off, all of a sudden that could get last minute, boom, booked, and a date dropped on you at any moment. So you have obligations to be on that boat. You have obligations to be on that bus. And you've got to stay with your group. Now, you might roll into some new town and find the love of your life, and leave the bus, get off the bus, and spend the night. Oh, we're gonna be. I don't have to be at the bus till 8 in the morning. I'll go out carousing with some local honey, and end up back at her place. And then all of a sudden, who comes through the door at 3 a.m.? Her old man shows up. He's packing heat, and you're running out the front door in the middle of nowhere, and running for your life, miles and miles away from civilization, and perhaps miles, tens of miles away from the bus and your family and all the people that are relying on you. Now, the other thing, very tragic thing that can happen is, the largest, biggest known case of this is Randy Rhoads. And one morning, the bus driver goes, hey, you want to go? I got this plane over here. Hey, you want to go get on the plane? And we'll just go, we'll just fly around a little bit. Come on, it'll be fun. If you are experienced and you know how this played out, you will say no. But people forget, right? In the country music world, there was Troy Gentry of the very popular country group Montgomery Gentry. And they pulled up to a gig, and I've seen it happen 1,000 times. I'm sitting on the bus, and somebody comes on the bus, and goes, hey, guys, we got a gator farm down the street. Would you guys like to come ride on the hydro boat and see the gators? You know what my answer is always? No. My job is to be here on this bus and play that show tonight, and everything else be damned. And after the show, I'm to get on that bus. And it doesn't matter if the local beauty queen is pulling my hand and saying, I'll take you to your next show. Come with me. Oh, I can drive you there. That's only 2.5 hours. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Get her number. Text her. See her the next time she comes in town. But never get off the bus. Nothing good can come from it. And the tour manager and the artist and everybody else in that organization on that bus is going to wonder, Well, I hope he's okay. I hope he knows what he's getting into. First of all, you have no idea if little Miss Susie Cream Cheese does this every time a popular musician rolls into town. But with Troy Gentry's case, someone got on the bus and said, "Hey, we got a helicopter out there. Would you like to do a tour of the fairgrounds?" The answer he should have given is no. I have a show tonight. I got a family back home. I got a wife and kids. I'm not getting on a random helicopter with somebody I don't know. It seems like common sense. In Troy Gentry's case, someone came on the bus, said, "Hey man, we got a helicopter, and we want to take you in the helicopter and show you the fairgrounds." What he should have done is say, "Nah, man, I'm good. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot." Always be thankful to these people, but tell them thank you. No thanks. I'm good. Thanks, brother. Because what ended up happening to Troy Gentry, who had a wife and kids and a band and a gig and everything, is the helicopter went up, something went awry, the helicopter crashed, and he's no longer with us. If he'd have just followed the simple rule, never get off the bus, that would have never happened. But if you're bored and you're an adventurous type, and it sure sounds fun going up in that helicopter, because look, man, being on the bus, after a while, dude, you go stir crazy. You might want to get away from all the people that you're traveling with. I get it, man. I get it. But you know what? Over and over again, it's reiterated. Never get off the bus, because, man, you run the risk when you're outside of your pack, when you're outside of your tribe, that anything can happen, and they cannot help you till it's too late if you get off the bus. Now, Pyro John wrote a very elaborate 7 things to remember. So I'm gonna go through those as well. His number 2 is auto-tune is for posers, right? And look, Pyro John came up in the era where there was no auto-tune. You either sang in tune or you sucked. And so, yeah, I can agree with that. Number 3, corporate sponsors. Tickets and morality. Contracts ain't rock and roll. Okay, morality contracts ain't rock and roll. Okay, corporate sponsors, ticket, morality contracts. Okay, so I've never come upon a morality contract, but look, man. In the glory old days of rock and roll, dude, the only morality on the road is depending on the artist that you work for. And some can be very moral, some can be very moral and make you adhere to very strict rules. And I'm talking in the country world, not rock and roll, but largely, man, the touring world is a world where pretty much anything goes, and everybody's pushing the limits of what they can get away with. And you know that as long as you don't stand out too much, as long as you're not the guy that they go, "Hey, look at that guy," as long as you tiptoe within bounds of reason, pretty much anything goes. Number 4, and I'm not gonna repeat this because it's F and then a large ticketing operation that's buying up all of the venues and ticketing and all that. He has very strong words for them. Number 5, keep your powder dry. Be prepared. I think the best thing you could say about that is always be prepared. Make sure your things are operational when need be. And number 6, if the pyro guy yells run, don't ask questions. You fucking run. That is goes without saying. Look, man, don't be a dumbass out on the road. If somebody tells you to run or duck or yells something at you, pay attention, understand what they're saying, and act immediately. Chances are there's damn good reason why they're telling you to do it. I've seen people fall from the light truss because they weren't wearing a safety harness, so they thought they could just, I got it. I can get up there and do that. And boom, came down, head smacked off the side of the stage. It's really important to follow the rules out there, and if the pyro guy says run, you better friggin' run. And number 7, the best one of all, never stop rocking. Man, rock till you drop, right? Always bring the heat. Always be able to deliver the goods, right? Don't get caught up there on stage, not being able to rock per se. But man, thanks to my new friend, Pyro John Watkins. Get the book, check out the interview on my channel. This has amazing stories in it, incredible tales from the road, and as we like to say, never get off the bus.